Hello and welcome to a video made by Mr. Taifan from IB and A-Level Learning Center. In this video, I'm going to help you to solve a problem, the problem number 4 in the A-Level Math past paper 5.2, which made only a few months ago. This is paper 5.2, lasting for 1 hour and 15 minutes. The problem number 4 here, I think, is one of the most difficult problems. A fair 5-sided spinner has sides labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The spinner is spun repeatedly until a 2 obtained on the side on which the spinner lands. The random variable x denotes the number of spins required. Chúng ta có một cái spinner, một cái bảng xoay kiểu như thế này. Và nó có 5 mạch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Và người ta xoay nó cho đến khi mà người ta có được cái con số 2 thì người ta sẽ ngừng trò chơi này lại, không xoay nó nữa. It is not stated if the spinner is biased or not, so we assume that this spinner is fair, meaning the probability of getting any among these 5 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is the same. And that probability is 1 over 5 because there are 5 outcomes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And getting any value, in this case, is the value 4. Those probabilities is the same, which is 1 outcome over 5 outcomes. So this is the probability, the answer to question 1. This answer is very simple like that because it's only 1 marker. Question B, find the probability that x is smaller than 6. X is the number of spins required until we get a value 2. Getting a value 2 here can be defined as a success, so that we stop the game. The probability x smaller than 6 here, it means that it requires the number of spins, which is probably 1, meaning we get the value 2 right at the first time we spin the spinner. Or x here can be 2, meaning we get the value 2 at the second spin. And on the first spin, we get another value, which is not 2. So this to answer this question B, we need to use the geometric distribution with the probability of getting the value 2, which is the probability of the success, is 1 over 5, which is 0.2. The probability that we need to find x smaller than 6, it means that we need to calculate the probability of getting the value 2 after 1 spin when x is 1, getting the value 2 right at the first time, or 2 times. Probability getting the value 2 at the second time. This is a geometric distribution, okay, and so on. We add it with P3, P4, and finally P5. Because if it is smaller than 6, the value 6 is not involved in the calculation. So there are 5 probabilities formula, and to calculate each individual probability here, we can use the formula here in the booklet formula sheet. Probability of success after at the end time, at the R time, For example, we success getting a value 3 after 3 spin, at the third spin. Có nghĩa là cái geometric distribution này nó sẽ cho phép mình tính được cái probability mà mình sẽ thành công có được một cái value, đến chính là value 2 khi mình xoay cái spinner lần thứ nhất, lần thứ 2 hoặc lần thứ 3. Và trong bài này thì mình sẽ thành công ít hơn 6 lần, tức là tổng của các cái probability, the sum of the probabilities từ 1 cho đến 5. Và mình sẽ dùng cái công thức này, formula này. P is the probability of success, which is 0.2, and then times 1 minus P, which is the probability of failure, and to the power of R minus 1. So when P is 1 here, the value R is 1. Therefore, we have 0.2 times 1 minus 0.2, with 1 minus 0.2 is the probability of failure, and then to the power of 2 minus 1. This probability of failure is 0.8, and probability of success is 0.2. And then for the next power here, we take the value 2. Oh, sorry. The first value here is 1, when R is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Here, for the probability of success after the 2 times, the second time, we get the value R to be 2 here, minus 1. And so on for the last 3 terms. 0.2 times 0.8 power 2. Here we have power 1 and so on. 0.2 for the probability of success, 0.8 power 3. And lastly, 0.2 times 0.8 to the power 4. That's it. So we have 5 terms here, and these terms form a geometric series. Let me simplify this one. So we have the geometric series because the first term is 0.2, the second term is 0.2 times 0.8, the third term is 0.2 times 0.8 times 0.8 power 3. The fourth term is 0.2 times 0.8 power 3 and power 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Power 2 here, and then the fourth term 0.2 times 0.8 to power 3 and 0.2 times 0.8 power 4. So this is a geometric series, and to calculate the sum of the 5 terms in the geometric series, we use the formula S5 geometric series. Okay, let me find that formula up here. The sum of the 5 terms in the geometric series is calculated by this formula. A is the first term, which is 0.2. R is the value, is the common ratio. The common ratio is 0.8 in this problem, and N is 5. Okay, using that formula, A, the first term is 0.2. The common ratio is 0.8. 1 minus 0.8. 1 minus 0.8 to the power N. The power N is 5. And then divide 1 minus R, which is 0.8. So at the bottom, 1 minus 0.8 is 0.2, and we can simplify that with the top. Simplify 0.2 with the top, and therefore the final answer is 1 minus 0.8 to the power 5. And lastly, we can calculate this value, 0.672. Okay, this is the solution for the question B. Following a geometric distribution. Again, I'd like to emphasize that this geometric sequence is used to describe and calculate the probability of getting a success at the end trial. To find the probability of getting a success at the end trial, and the number of trial is infinite. It can be a huge number, million times. Có nghĩa là mình có thể dùng cái geometric distribution này để tính cái probability, cái xác suất mà mình sẽ có được một cái thành công nào đó sau n lần trial. Ví dụ như thành công ở lần thứ 5 có nghĩa là 4 lần trước đó là thất bại và đến lần thứ 5 mình mới thành công. Và cái điều kiện là cái probability của cái success đó nó phải như nhau, là một constant. Trong bài này là chính là 0.2 trong tất cả các lần trial. Moving on to question C. 2 5-side spinners, each with the size label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are spun at the same time. If the numbers obtained are equal, the score is 4. Otherwise, the score is higher number minus the lower number. Lần này người ta xoay 2 cái spinner cùng một lúc, at the same time, cùng một lúc. Và nếu như 2 cái value mình xoay ra nó bằng nhau, ví dụ như là value 2 và 2, thì mình sẽ ghi nhận cái kết quả, cái score là 0. Ngược lại, nếu như value nó khác nhau thì mình sẽ lấy cái value lớn hơn trừ đi value nhỏ hơn. Ví dụ một cái spinner ra value 1, một spinner ra value 4, thì cái score của mình sẽ là 4 trừ đi 1, tức là bằng 3. Find the probability that the score is greater than 0 given that the score is not equal to 2. The probability the score is greater than 0. Given. Anytime when we see the word given here, we will think about the conditional probability. Conditional probability. Anyway, to find this probability, we need to write the sample space, the probability distribution, like this. On the first row here, I will write the 5 value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the vertical direction, I write the values for the second spinner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second spinner. The row here is the first spinner values. Okay. When the values of the 2 spinners spun at the same time is the same, meaning 1 and 1, we get the score 0. 2 and 2, 0. 3 and 3, 0, and so on. 4 and 4, 5 and 5. Now, when the values on the two spinners are different, we take the greater value and subtract minus the smaller value. For example, the first spinner we get a 2, the second spinner we get a 1, so the score is 2 minus 1, which is 1 here, 3 minus 1, 2, 4 minus 1, 3, and so on, 4. With 2 and 1, similarly, we have the score 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 3. 3 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 2, 1, 4 minus 3, 1, 5 minus 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is our sample space with 25 outcomes. We have 5 values on a row and 5 values on a column, and therefore there are 25 outcomes, obviously, right? Given that the score is not equal to 2, so all the value 2 in this sample space, we will remove them. We don't care about those value 2, eliminate them. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Therefore, there are 6 value 2. We can count using this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are 6 2. So among these 25 outcomes, there are 6 outcomes which is 2, and therefore the number of outcomes which is not 2 is 19. Not 2 outcomes. And we need to find the probability that the score is greater than 0, meaning those scores are greater than 0. Those scores are 1, 3, 4. Those 3 values, okay, because it cannot be equal to 2, given that it's not equal to 2. And so we count the value which are not greater than 0 also, and therefore we will remove the value 0 also from the counting. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There are 5 0, and therefore 19 minus 5, we get 14. So here are the 14 outcomes. 14 outcomes with the value 1, 3, and 4, which are not 0 and which are also not 2. And therefore, the probability that we get a value a value x greater than 0, given that x is different from 2, not 2, okay? This probability will be 14 outcome here over the number of outcome which is not 2, which is 19. So the answer is 14 over 19. This is the method of answering this question C. Okay. The last question, question D. The last question D. The 2 spinners are spun at the same time repeatedly. For 9 randomly chosen spin of the 2 spinners, find the probability that the score is greater than 2 on at least 3 occasions. Bây giờ người ta xoay 2 spinner này cùng một lúc, nhưng mà lặp đi lặp lại, có nghĩa là lần đầu chúng ta xoay nó đồng thời. Sau đó có được một cái value là cái difference giữa hai cái value, ví dụ như một spinner là value 4, một spinner là value 2, thì cái score chúng ta có được sẽ là 4 minus 2 là 2. Và trong số 9 lần mà người ta xoay nó như vậy, không phải là xoay vô vàn lần mà xoay tổng cộng là 9 lần. Và cái này là một cái fixed number of trials, 9 trials. So here we have a fixed value of the trial, which is 9. 9 times we spin the 2 spinner at the same time. The probability of the score greater than 2 on at least 3 occasions. We need to find that thing. So x greater than 2 is the success. Is the success that we need to define it. X greater than 2 is the success. So when we see a fixed number of trials like this, we will think about a binomial distribution, because the 2 outcomes are the success and the failure. The failure is when the value of the score that we get is smaller than or equal to 2. For the number of success, we actually have the 2 scores, 3 and 4, because the maximum value of a spinner is 5, and the minimum value of another spinner is 1, and therefore the difference is 4. So this 4 is the greatest score that we get, and another score which is greater than 2 is 3. and the failure is 0, meaning the two values of the spinners are the same, like 2 and 2, so different is 0. And value 1 is also failure, value 2 is a failure. So this is a binomial distribution, and to solve this problem, we need to write like this, the rule, a binomial distribution with the probability. We need to calculate the probability of success here, P, what is it? Okay, and the number of trials is 9. So to find this probability of the success, P, we go back to the question C on this sample space, getting the value 3 and the value 4. Okay, so value 3, we have 1, 3 here, 2 value 3, 4, 3 value 3, and 4 value 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the value 3. Okay, and for the value 4, we have only 2 outcomes, 4 here and 4 here, 2 outcomes, and therefore there are 6 outcomes that we get the 2 value 3 and 4 among the 25 outcomes, and therefore the probability of success for this distribution, P, is 6 outcome over 25 outcomes, 6 over 25, 6 over 25, okay? The probability of success, and therefore the probability of failure, Q, is 1 minus P, which is 1 minus 6 over 25, and it results in 19 over 25. So using the binomial distribution, we can calculate the probability of getting the score greater than 2, which is the success, in at least 3 occasions. At least 3 occasions, meaning it is greater than or equal to 3. At least 3 occasions. At least 3 occasions among the 9 times we spin the spinners. So it means that among the 9 times we spin the spinner, we get 3 times that we get the score 3 and 4 greater than 2. Okay, so this probability is P3, and the probability that we need to calculate here greater than or equal to 3 is the sum of P3, P4, P5, and so on up to P9, which means that among the 9 times we spin the spinner, we can have the value 3 or 4, the score 3 and 4, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, or etc. up to 9 times. And of course, the probability of getting 9 times the score 3 and 4 is very, very low. It is very unlikely to occur. But anyway, we need to calculate this thing. And of course, we can calculate this thing, this probability, the sum of the 6 probabilities individually, and add them together to find the sum using the formula of the binomial distribution. We use this formula. But calculate the 6 probabilities individually will be very long, because this formula also includes the combination NR, and therefore calculating 6 terms takes a lot of time. Instead of calculating like that, we can do it indirectly, which is taking the value 1 and minus the probability of getting the value smaller than 3, meaning equal to at most 2. In other words, we take 1 and minus the probability of getting 0 success, 1 success, and 2 successes. Okay, so instead of calculating 6 values, we only need to calculate the 3 values. Now go on. 1, the probability of getting the 0 successive here, according to the formula here, is n is 9, number of trial. Okay, 9 0, the combination 9 0. P, probability of success is 6 over 25, 6 over 25, and probability of failure 19 over 25. That probability of failure, we need to take n minus r. For the first probability here, 0, r is 0, and n is 9. N is 9, r is 0. Okay, so that is the first term, P0, and so on. We calculate the 2 other term, P1, which is n here is 9. Sorry, 9. Combination 19, 6 over 25. Let's see that. Power r here. R here is 0. Okay, so I forgot this term. This is 0. This is power 1, and times it with the other probability of failure, 19 over 25 power 9 minus 1. And lastly, the combination 2, 9, 6 over 25 power 2, and 19 over 25 power 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2. That's it. And then put all of this value into the calculator. Here's the final answer, 0.371. 0.371. So that is the solution. And most importantly, we need to understand and distinguish the difference between geometric distribution and binomial distribution. Okay, thank you, and I hope to see you again soon.